festival today. Today is the first day, so I'm already in tantric vibes and love and activated and so ready to bring this further with you. And a little bit about me. I'm Sandy. I'm one of the Temple of Radiance facilitators. I'm mostly based and working from Amsterdam for now, and I am very excited to be journeying with you today. And before we start, I would love to drop into a space of prayer and consecration with you. So if you please close your eyes, drop into your body and tune into Yoni Mudra that you can do like this on your womb space and closing your eyes, connecting with your breath and taking 3 breaths just to anchor the body in the here and now. And with this consecration, I pray and I invite grace in so that our inner and outer radiance will illuminate and show the way to our highest truth. We invite God, radiance, divinity in so that we remember that God is within us, within every single person we meet every day in every waking moment. And God is also in the in-betweens in life. And maybe remember this place and the guidance. And taking a few breaths in silence. And if it feels good for you, I would love that you open the video so I can also get to see you. And before we jump in, I would love to invite you to write in the chat, what is your intention for today? Why are you here? What are you longing to remember? So let's bring our voices into the chat and then type in your intention for today. What are you longing to remember? Why are you here? Go ahead and write your intention in the chat and share your voice silently. And then from that space, we'll enter deeper into today's journey, to expand, to remember, to support. Yeah. Beautiful. So you can keep bringing your intentions in, and also remember the intention is not only for just to write it in the chat. It's really something for you that anytime you can bring in something for yourself. All right. So today's topic is merging of individuality and universality, and what that means is exactly what Greta just shared, is to come closer to spirit. So Tantra is rooted deeply in spirituality, and the teachings, though, are here to connect us to the entire universe, to the cosmos. And a lot of Tantra and Neo-Tantra these days have a lot to do with personal development, and there is nothing wrong with that. Only there's one key element that misses in all of this personal development most of the time, which is the connection to spirit and connection to God. What that does, it starts to create a separation. We forget that we are God and goddesses ourselves, and we also meet God and goddesses within each and every single person. We might get stuck in the everyday mundane life on the horizontal layer of survival and taxes and rent and whatever that could look like for every single one of us. And then we also forget to remember God in this space. I'd love to share a tool that I work with, and this is the cross. It doesn't come from Christianity, but there could be a link. And so the vertical layer of the cross, if you just imagine a line that crosses through vertically through your central channel, the lower part of the cross touches the earth, the depth of Pachamama, the earth mother. And then coming up, the cross, the vertical line, reaches spirit, sky, and the cosmos. And noticing how it is if I actually remember, this line crosses through me every moment of every waking day. So how can I tune into this space and know that I'm always connected to Mother Earth and Father Sky and the Spirit? And then the horizontal layer of this cross is from our heart, and this is the human layer. This is all the everyday humanness of things and humanity and our life. So the cross actually brings us into this space where it meets in the heart, and then that we are in every moment this combination of this cross. We are the sacred heart where spirit and the human meets, where my individual self meets the entire universe, and where the entire universe merges with my individual self too. So bringing it a little bit deeper into Tantra, this is where we get to feel, see, and realize that God is everywhere and is in me in every moment. And Tantra then becomes not this philosophy of dissolving myself into the all, and also not about clinging so much to my own ego and to my individuality. And it's about meeting God and the divine in every single breath, where the personal starts to meet the universal. And there's that point of meeting in every breath, every moment. And today we will learn how to deepen the connection to spirit through our breaths. It's our first introduction as we are born. Life is our breath, and it's the last one. And it is also that direct link and portal to beyond. So before we drop deeper into this practice, I would love to read a sutra for you. So wherever you are, I'd love to invite you to close your eyes and be serenaded by this beautiful verse. So if you haven't yet, please close your eyes and come into a space of silence within you. Enter these turning points where the rhythms of life transform into each other. Breath flows in, filling, filling. In this moment, drink eternity. Breath flows out, emptying, emptying, offering itself to infinity. Cherishing these moments, mind dissolves into heart, heart dissolves into space, body becomes a vibrating field, pulsating between fullness and emptiness. Sutra number 3. And taking a moment to let these words find their space in your body. Beautiful. So I'd love to move into a practice with you. And before that, also just highlighting a moment, the breath, and realizing the rhythms of life. And just as we naturally flow through the seasons, through the different initiations and archetypes of our journey here in life, is also that in every moment there is the breath. And we often also want expansion and moving beyond and to be in these states of high bliss. And we might move away from contraction and the parts that feel icky and dark nights of the soul, and we don't want to be there, and we start to seek the light and to really embrace what comes through, which is life is an inhale and an exhale. Life is an expansion and it also is a contraction. It's just the cycle of how things go. And knowing, also practicing non-attachment, where when we are in the high highs, then we will come down, and when we are down, that we will also come up. So how can I embrace knowing that I am flowing through the natural rhythm of life and the mystery? So let's together take an inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. So I'd love to share a practice with you, which is merging with spirit. It's a breathwork practice. Today we will do one part of it. After I explain, it's going to be around 7 minutes of the actual meditation and being in this practice. And I would love that you take this tool with you in everyday life. So, because we are online and we are with our own bodies at this moment, we will do this practice by ourselves. But also know that this practice you can do with a partner, a sister, a brother, anyone else. And there's also different ways of breath work, also deeper ways that we teach in the Embodied Tantra weekends, where we get to practice with people, with whoever is joining, participants, and then we get to move energy together. And that is also the point of knowing that I am not only my personal self, rather, I am also this human that is in front of me. And together we start to weave energy in. And together we dissolve into God, where I am meeting God within the other person. And together we are dissolving into love. So today is like a little taster of opening that door. So I hope that you are in a space where you can comfortably stand for a while. And I'd love to invite you to do that. I would love to be able to see you if that is also possible. First, I will just guide the movements and then we will move in the meditation together. All right. So if you are able to, please come standing up, and I hope you can see me through the beautiful sunlight radiating in the back. All right. Let's bring our feet hip width apart and just rooting the feet into the earth. And for a moment, I'd love to also invite you to notice the cross that we spoke about. Are you able to feel that line that merges you from the earth to your heart, to the sky, and also from your heart straight out into this realm? And just breathing into that space, that cross. And I would also invite you to notice your breath. If there's any points of tension in your body, in your anus, in your yoni, relaxing, and just taking note of your breath, how it's coming in and out of your body without controlling it, just being aware of it moving through you. So I'll slowly start to add some prompts until we get to the full experience. And this next prompt is inviting a little bit of a deeper visualization, which means as you are breathing in, visualize the energy coming from your crown into your genitals, into your labia. And as you exhale, visualize the energy moving up from your base, from your heart out. So breathing in, imagining pulling in the breath from the crown to the genitals, to the labia. If you are doing this practice with a partner, a male partner, it's into the testicles. And then from our genitals, heart out. Also invite sound and a deeper release to come through. So if there's any stiffness in the body, to also just allow movement and sound to come through. And one more breath. Pulling the breath from crown into our genitals. And from the genitals, heart out. So the last part and the third part is to invite our hands and movements in. So I invite you to bring your hands to your crown. And as we are pulling the energy down into our genitals, inhale and pull the energy down, the breath into your base. I love to also do a yoni mudra on the base. And exhaling, bringing it into the heart space and expanding. And then collecting again, breath up on the crown. Exhaling, inhaling down to the base and then exhaling. Inhale, pull from the crown into womb space. Exhale, heart expansion. So I'm just gonna do this 3 times together with my voice guiding. And then when I play the music, we will go into the meditation together. Inhale. I love to start with just a balance and a namaste on my crown. Inhale. Love to also touch my body, my heart in this. Just really feeling the breath, pulling it down to my base. Exhale, heart. Inhale. And really make a sound. I cannot hear you, but I hope and I deeply invite you to really make a big sound with your inhale and a big sound with your release and the exhale. And stay in that space, stay in the flow. You're invited to close your eyes. And if you start to feel energy pulsating and your body moving, please invite yourself. Do not control the energy. Do not control your breath. Rather allow it to move through. I'm gonna, play music for you. Monica, if you music is not heard, please let me know. Can you all hear the music? Okay, beautiful. So let's go in together. Inhaling. completing with 2 more rounds. When you are complete with 2 rounds, you're standing in silence for a moment, allowing integration, feeling what is alive in you, how your body feels, how your spirit feels. And also taking a moment to register in your nervous system, in your cells, the vibrations, the qualities of what is alive, what is moving, what is silent and quiet within you now. Noticing your yoni, your heart, your crown. And Monica is gonna put us in breakout rooms, and you'll have 3 minutes each to share on how this was for you. And the prompt is, what did you notice? Did you feel any shifts that you were able to drop deeper in? Could you feel more expansion? Were you moving through resistance? What surprised you? So just really being in a space, and this also helps integrating it deeper in your body and your spirit. So we will move in pairs, so breakout room with 2, and you'll each have 3 minutes, and we will share the prompt with you when you are in the room. Monica, if you can take this over, please. And I will not be in a room with you. So I think I was also invited to join the breakout room in room 1. All right. And can we send them the prompt? So if you can share the prompt of what did you notice, what shifted or surprised you? And also, Monica, are you here? Yeah. If you can also please, on the last 30 minutes. So welcome back, everyone. I would love a little group harvest because I wasn't in a group, and I would love to hear and feel what moved in you, so we can also just keep weaving our field together. So if some of you would love to bring their voices in, you can unmute yourself and share your experience. However, whatever that looks like, everything is welcome.
Okay, I can start. Oh, sorry, I would love to share. I was a bit in a rush before of the masterclass. I almost forgot that it's on schedule. And then I was running, I was like a bit, also a little bit nervous. But when we started, thank you, Sandy, you really brought us in and also into the practice. And I was like, I was able to switch very quickly, and I feel so much bliss and love and gratitude now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Maybe 2 more shares.
Um,
What I noticed is, and I'm really thankful for that, that my period cramps eased a lot during the practice. Just I think by um, bringing the energy to my genitals and to my womb, and to yeah, to be in that flow. Yeah, I love that. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Can share. I struggled a little bit with dropping in because I was transitioning fast from something else before the session. And then I did, and I managed to connect my breathing with the movement, and it flowed really nicely. And then the mailman rang my doorbell, so I had to collect my package. So I was kind of out of it. But what I actually really appreciated even more was the breakout room, and to share my experience, and to share my I felt for many months now a bit disconnected from feeling that energy in my body, and there's a longing for it, and I share that, and it resonated with a person I shared it with, so I could feel a bit less alone in it. So that was really nice.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Beautiful experiences. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, so this practice and also Tantra will meet you wherever you are at. And you don't need to be any different or any better or any worse than wherever you are, rather to really be in full acceptance with the here and the now, what is alive in you, what is moving in you. And that's where life meets you, and that's where we are able to meet life too. And that's where the magic happens. And I really invite you to take this practice in. For me, it was also really beautiful. And the more I can drop in, the more my body was just able to open up and to just expand and contract and feel more energy moving. And I also, when I do this, I love to also just touch my body. It anchors me a little bit more in my body, in breath, in sensuality, in life force. So if this resonates with you, then it's also just really beautiful to really feel and anchor more of a touch space. And then when I also just touch myself, when I'm bringing the energy in, and then from the space of my heart to really relax and expand into it, to really feel like, I'm actually held in the fullness and the all ofness of it. To all these subtle little nuances can really support such a simple practice. And yeah, please take it with you, share it with your friends. And yeah, this is a very simple and powerful practice. And I would love to just repeat some of the things that were mentioned in the start of our journey together before our closing ritual and meditation, to really anchor in the philosophy of the I and then the whole, the universe, and how we move with the breath. And that with Tantra, we are always standing at the threshold where we choose to meet life more deeply in every moment. So, if this is something you can pin in your system, in your heart, in your body, when you meet life and when life meets you in challenges, in expansion, to just be in that space like, ooh, okay, can I choose to meet life more deeply in this moment? And that's the thing, also, the choice. And so Tantra also shows that we are not separate. Like we are born from source, and when we die, we are connect back to source. So actually our birth is something like a pseudo separation where we have disconnected. And then I find it, at least for me, that my whole life and life can be this longing to merge and to reconnect to source and to spirit and to divinity and ultimate bliss. And that is true, but then the question is that, am I also creating separation in my everyday life where I forget that I am God, and I just met God in the gardener today, and I met God in the bus driver, and I met God through my partner, and together with my partner or with a beautiful deep conversation with my sister, God was moving through us too. So the beauty of Tantra in here is that it shows that separation is an illusion. So where can I wake myself up from the illusion? Like, oh, hey, I was asleep for a moment. I kind of lost myself, and now I'm coming back to myself. And that spirit is not outside of me, and it is really in every inhale, every exhale, and every sensation. So why I choose Tantra as my path of life, my philosophy, my religion, is that I was also very called for Buddhism in my first years of life, where a lot of crises really just brought me into the dark night of the soul. And it was only through spirituality that I was like, ah, shit, my whole life, my individuality, my crisis, I was probably 14, 15, everything crushed. And yeah, the weight of life just crushed, and I felt like imprisoned in my system, until from that space then I was actually reborn in connection to my spirituality. And then from that moment I can really see God everywhere and also in me, and just bringing me closer to myself, initiation after initiation. And as I get closer to myself, I'm also just closer to source. And there's a little verse in the Banter verses, also in the Radiant Sutras, which says, I am closer to you than your breath. I am your most intimate experience. And I find this so powerful, and I found this so beautiful and so intimate, that actually that which we look for, that which we long for, is closer to us than our own breath. And it's such an intimate experience. And I feel that is also life. And that is also the tantric way of life, where I am in an intimate experience with God first. And I am God in myself first. And from that space, I can relate to everyone. And I'm not looking to be rescued. No, I am looking to heal anyone, rather than we are just walking each other home. So I really invite you to be in the space where something as simple as your breath is always connecting you to divinity. And that as we inhale, we are being our individual self. And as we are exhaling, we are being the full universe. In every moment of in life, in every little moment on the bus, if you can just take a note of that inhalation and exhalation. And also note that your inward exploration is your connection to spirit. It is your essence. It is that everlasting pulsating breath of the divine within you. And then the outer exploration is learning how to explore with the world outside you, your exhale with others in a more conscious way. So bringing back that choice of, can I choose to meet life more deeply now within myself? And can I choose to meet life more deeply within the other? How does that sound? Yeah. So I would love to also bring a last closing ritual to be able to really anchor this in our systems together. And if you have a candle at home, then you don't need to bring it now, but it would also be beautiful to anchor this as a practice for yourself later on, or in your everyday ritual. So I invite you again to close your eyes. Bring back that intention that we shared in the beginning. And if it changes now through the practice, beautiful. Take note of, what is that intention? Where can you make an imprint of meeting God within your own self? What has shifted in you? What has moved in you? And just take note of that intention and drop into your body and your breath for a few moments in silence. And you can imagine that in your heart is a candle, and you light up this candle with your intention. When you whisper this intention into your heart, the light of the candle goes on. Really dropping into that space where you're really able to feel this light, to feel the shift. And remembering you don't need to go anywhere to define the divine. It is already inside you, closer than your own breath. So as this candle is flickering in your heart, I invite you to whisper, I am the temple. I am the temple. Just a few times by yourself. And keep saying it until it also you really feel it anchor in your body, that you don't need to say it anymore, but that flicker of the light that is within you is radiating your essence and saying, it's the candle, it's the light that is saying, I am the temple. I am the temple. It's there. And I would love to weave more of your light and essence in. So as you feel this flickering light that is within you, I invite you to beam golden light coming from this candle first down to the earth, and then pulling golden light back up from your womb into your heart. And when you exhale into the earth, you say, I am the temple. And when you inhale that golden light back from the earth into your heart, just repeat to yourself, I am the temple. And hear the echo of Pachamama telling you, I am the temple. It would be fun to feel if the qualities of that I am the temple, the voice, anything changes in the different places where we will go, different directions. And next, I invite you to beam golden light from this candle, from your heart to your third eye, to the crown, and up to Father Sky and the cosmos, beaming that golden light and whispering to spirit and sky, I am the temple. And then from that space of connection, imagine a golden light coming back down from the sky to your crown and back into your heart, whispering to you, I am the temple. And keep repeating that to yourself. And for now, you can see a golden light, vertical. Then dropping again to that flickering light that is just beaming and radiating and getting nourished from connection deeper into Father Sky and Mother Earth. I invite you to also beam a golden light from this candle, from your heart to your left, all around, that it just crosses the whole world and then it comes back to you from the other side, that there's a circle that just moves and you are letting the world know, you are letting life know that I am the temple, and you are inviting and giving permission to everyone, everything, every tree, every animal, that every human, that this light beams through. You are infusing I am the temple through them, through their hearts, and bringing it back into you. And just bringing it back to yourself. I am the temple. I am the temple. And really noticing the shifts in your body, if you're able to anchor deeper, if you're able to expand. And finally, shooting a golden beam of light from your heart, from this candle, to the right side, circling through. If there's someone else in your room, or that man who just dropped by the house from one of the participants, anywhere, everywhere, anyone, circle it all around and bringing it back to your heart and infusing with all of humanity and connecting in everyone's light in their heart and infusing the prayers of I am the temple. I am the temple. Coming back into the space of your heart, I'd love to have you imagine for a moment this candle in your heart, and maybe it's bigger now. This reminder, this anchor of embodiment that I am the temple. And really visualizing and imagining and looking, seeing, appreciating, celebrating yourself with all these golden beams of light coming out of your heart, out and back in. Is always the dance of expansion and contraction, the breath in and out, connecting with us all. And anchoring that with 3 breaths in and out. Inhaling in, exhaling with sound. And last one. Inhaling in, exhaling with sound. And that would be our journey today. If you are open for it, if you can unmute yourself shortly and just share popcorn style 1 word of how you feel. If you don't want to talk and rather type, go ahead, but I would love to hear your voice, feel you, hear you, and just drop 1 word of how you feel.
Relax.
Relaxed, grateful, calm,
Peaceful.
peaceful, beautiful. Hi. Yeah. I feel nourished. I feel, yeah, grateful to have shared the space with you today. Thank you for joining this journey. For the people who will be watching the replay or any other time, thank you also for joining this journey. Wish you a beautiful day. Make sure that you also catch or join the rest of the membership. There will be beautiful master classes around the different modules. Once a month, there are embodiment Mondays that allow you to drop into space of moving your body in sisterhood, experience different Shaktis and their expressions. Yes, I see already the Shaktis moving. And we also have, I think it's Ritual Tuesday, Tantric Tuesday with the rituals. So we have a lot of beautiful things in this membership, and we hope to see you very soon. I send you all big love. Thank you for joining us today. Bye.